Six of Cups. Memories, happy memories, nostalgia. There's two children there, or actually one of them looks like a child and the other one looks like an old lady, so I don't really know what's going on there, but he's giving her a cup full of flowers. Might be a memory of memories of a relationship I often think about. Look, it's in a nice little village. They did a good job representing nostalgia in this card. Have you been feeling nostalgic recently? Mars has been retrograding. That can be nostalgic somehow. You're kind of like revisiting old relationships in your head. We have the Knight of Cups crossing it. I don't know what that means. Why the Six of Cups? Let's clarify. For the present situation. Feeling nostalgic. Page of Wands. There's something that you want. There's something you're trying to do. And the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups there? Knight of Cups is bringing... Knight of Cups is quite proper. It's like... Can't think or speak today. It's like bringing someone an emotional offer that's very proper. It's very well spoken. It's very correct. It's like going to the father of the woman who you fancy and asking, might I have thy daughter in betrothal to myself, dear Lord? It's very like proper. Why is it here? I have no idea what's going on. Three of Cups. King of Cups. Oh, well, that escalated quickly, didn't it? Lots of cups going on. Are you feeling quite emotional? Oh, come on, brain. What is the difficulty with this? Six of Cups feeling... Feeling... nostalgic. Page of Wands. Looking at that thing that you're feeling nostalgic about. Okay. This is what I'm getting. You're thinking about relationships that you've had in the past. You may be thinking about relationships that you've had in the past. And you're also looking at someone in the present moment who looks like a promising opportunity. And then the Knight of Cups is saying that maybe you think that this person needs some kind of like very fanciful kind of offering. You know, maybe you think this person needs to be taken out to a 5-star hotel and, you know, bought a pair of diamond earrings and taken around town in a limousine. And taken to the best places, and you know, I don't know, maybe you think like, maybe the way you view this person is that everything has to be perfect. Maybe you view this person as quite sort of perfect looking or perfect. They seem perfect, they seem very well put together. And so And there's something about this person who makes you feel... Who makes you feel? There's something about this person that makes you feel nostalgic. Maybe they remind you of someone that you were with in the past. Maybe it's a business person, maybe someone who's quite successful, someone who likes to socialize with others. Maybe this is saying that your idea of what this person wants is stopping you from being able to express your desires to this person. Ultimately, what you both want is to celebrate other people's company, to celebrate each other's company, other people's company. Interesting. I'm getting the feeling that the best way of approaching this person is like in a group of people. It's not just like one-on-one. Maybe you're in the same social circle, so you should approach this person in that way. You know, like as part of the socializing and having fun process, rather than like, I formally declare my love for thee, and all of this kind of like overly formal way of approaching things. Because you are somebody with a big heart, you're somebody who has a great depth of feeling, and that must surely come across in interactions that you have. And in many ways, you do match this person's energy, because we just had the Three of Wands, and then we had the Two of Wands. So there is a good deal of similarity between you and this other person. Maybe you see things in a similar way. Anyway, in the foundation to this issue, you have the Star and the Six of Swords and the Sun and the High Priestess and the Chariot. Okay, holy crap, and the Magician as well. Wow, what the frick? You've got the Six of Swords, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trumps in a row. That's ridiculous. The Star is about healing, becoming who you truly are, becoming aligned to your higher self, and expanding your universe. And the Sun is also a very expansive energy, very much about freedom, about doing the things that would make your inner child happy, about letting go of the shackles of expectation that we have as adults and coming back to a more joyous state of being, more like what we were in when we were children. The High Priestess is about tuning into your intuition. The Chariot is about this being your... Sorry, somebody walking past the door. The Chariot is about this being your path. You're ready for this. You're ready for this change. Yeah, okay. You're going through a change at the moment. It's a change whose outcome will be freedom and feeling free and not feeling held back by false limitations anymore. It's a path that involves very much tuning into your inner self and your inner wisdom and becoming aligned to your higher self. A pathway where you're able to let go of control, because the universe has got you. The universe is guiding you step by step towards everything that you've ever dreamed of, because you are capable of being the magician. You can manifest the things that you desire. All of this is in the foundation. So we also have the Six of Swords and the Moon. So you're moving away from an emotionally turbulent state of mind and state of being. Perhaps unconsciously you have quite a turbulent emotional world. And maybe there's nothing, I say unconsciously because the moon is very much to do with these unconscious forces. And the whole point of unconscious forces is that you're not conscious of where they're coming from and what exactly they're doing or what their purpose might be. So you may have in the past been struggling with a lot of uncontrollable and extreme emotions, and this may have led you to taking actions that maybe weren't the best. Maybe you would be too quick to get into an argument with someone, for example. Maybe you'd be too quick to get into a fight with someone. In whatever way these your unconscious, like emotional tendencies were affecting you, it's now becoming time to move on from this way of being. In the external world, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is someone very skilled with words. Could be a journalist, a writer, a researcher, could even be a fighter because they're also quite physically agile. But the Page of Swords is someone who's taking a step back and looking at things from a distance. So she's looking towards the past. He or she, I don't know whether the page is a he or a she. Is it a he or a she? Looking towards the past, and with the sword in the hand, there's a sense of, and again, the turbulent seas are mirrored from what we can see in the Six of Swords, where we're moving away from this difficult, turbulent waters, the difficult, turbulent waters of the past. We can see it mirrored underneath the Page of Swords' feet. Having said that, she does look very stable, and she's stable because of her ability to detach herself from the current situation. There may be things that bind you to your past, to your unconscious desires, to your emotional self. Things that are in some way toxic, things that are in some way addictive. Addictions are often born out of a painful history. People start drinking to try to escape and to numb the pain from their past. So there may be a sense of trying to numb the feelings that arise when you think about your past. But rather than trying to numb them, you should more take a kind of like a psychological or a mental or a cognitive approach to these things, to step back and be able to view them from a distance, to be able to really detach yourself from any emotions, realize that anything that you're experiencing in the present is a combination of the perceptual experience in the current moment, coupled with your learned response to that experience, your learned response often being emotional in nature. So when you have these strong emotions arising due to things that have been occurring in your past, it's advisable to find a way of mentally detaching from them and therefore being able to view them from a distance. And then what do we have? After the Page of Swords. We're able then to achieve satisfaction with our current progress. And ultimately, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups with the Ten of Cups. Being able to, so strangely in this context, being able to step back and detach yourself from the discomfort and the uncomfortable sensations of the past actually allows you to experience enjoyment and fulfillment in the present present. God, isn't that interesting? And of course, it makes sense that attachment to difficult emotions from the past is going to stop you from enjoying your life in the present moment. So they want you to enjoy your life, whoever this is sending this message. They want you to have everything that you've ever dreamed of. And they're also advising you to just take a step back at times. So we have the King of Pentacles in the future, we have the Five of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. What the fuck? The Five of Cups. Oh, the Tower. What is this nonsense? We have a situation. Ugh. What the oh, this is a complete mess. What is the story? This is a story about you having to fight for your what? Fight for what you want. To fight for your stability, for the life of your dreams. Yeah, you can't just stand there and let that happen. What is the story? This story is a story of heartbreak, and it's what's put you in two minds at the moment when you consider somebody who you might be attracted to. Actually, it's saying that this is a toxic way of viewing the situation based on things that have happened in the past. Things that have happened in the past is that you had someone who was very much putting their energies towards you and also towards other people. They were doing things behind the scenes that were a little bit shady. There was a lot of conflict with this person in the past, whoever this was. You wanted to be able to take stock of what you had together and make the most of it and to build a life together, but repeatedly you kept getting into this state of victimization, feeling trapped and unable to do anything to improve the situation. Being in a situation where there was lots of false idols or false pleasures, things that appeared to be good, but in actual fact they weren't good. And maybe that's an example of this relationship as well. Maybe it looked good from the outside, but then once you're in it, all it made you feel was just this regret, this heartbreak, and this suffering and guilt even. You couldn't stop focusing on the things that were wrong with the situation for a while. And inevitably the tower fell, everything came to a crumbling collapse, and the Ten of Wands just became too much, putting it all down. So that's a story, I think, of the situation in the past that's given rise to these unconscious kind of ways of responding to the world. So the question is, how do we move out of these old ways of responding and start to become more stable, more grounded, more generous to yourself and to others, and more capable of achieving an abundant future? Well, the answer is, of course, the Queen of Pentacles. Is to attempt to balance the masculine and the feminine qualities within yourself, the nurturing part of yourself that looks after yourself and your surroundings and everything in your surroundings, everybody who you come into contact with, coupled with the masculine ability to take care of things, to perform whatever actions are necessary in order to build wealth and abundance. So what is the mindset of the King of Pentacles? The mindset is someone who expects good things to happen, but also is able to prepare for bad things to occur and incorporate them into his plan. So the King of Pentacles is someone who thinks about matters very practically. The sign is Taurus. And there's very much a sense of taking your time to improve your situation. And in order to do so, there is an element with the Queen of Pentacles where she's focusing on just one thing. And part of being grounded and being stable and creating abundance, of course, is that ability to focus on one thing to the exclusion of all others. This is an important aspect of manifesting, of being the magician, which is that you must ensure that two sphinxes pulling your chariot are both heading in the same direction. The only person responsible for that is, of course, yourself. Now, the way you do that is by aligning your values, beliefs, thoughts, ideas, whatever you want to call them. But when you look towards your future, the idea is that you're not pulling yourself in many different directions. You're not experiencing this kind of like inner conflict and trying to do too much at once, flitting from one thing to the other. No, what you're doing is you're trying to stack your pentacles one on top of the other. You're putting your efforts into one particular place and one particular thing. And what is that thing? Well, it's yourself, your identity, your ability to learn and adapt to the environment, your feeling of enjoyment of how you're living your life at the moment. So to be able to stop doing the things that reduce your enjoyment and to start doing the things that increase your enjoyment of your life. And of course, the way to know about this is to tap into your inner wisdom, your inner intuition, the High Priestess. Maybe go silent, go off social media, stop watching TV, stop checking your phone for messages. Just take yourself into a quiet space, take a rest, recover from what it is that you need to recover from, and take a step back, look at your life and where you want to go with it, and focus on those aspects of your existence that really, truly make you happy. Hope that was helpful, and see you next time.